Hey Ed, what's up? First one on. Brittany, what's up? You're second on tonight. How's it going, guys? Cam, I don't want you to fail your class because I'm gonna keep this one kind of short, so don't worry. Hey James, Ario, Mountain View, what is up, guys? Just getting started here. This live broadcast isn't even 45 seconds old yet, so thanks for hopping on so quick. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on tonight, just because it gets cold now in the evenings, after you stop running and your body temperature gets back to normal. It gets kind of cold out here. Hey Shadow Dancer and Bardius and Delinda, what's up? Did you get your package that I sent out a couple weeks ago? I think we asked you about that. My vitamin D is great, Ollie. What are you talking about? I know many people would give to have a vitamin D level like mine. Been going to the gym, Lisa? It's weird how people are concerned about my vitamin levels when they're all like within range. Some people might say it's a little on the low or a little on the high side. The thing is, it's in range. That's the thing, The doctor didn't see that. Go, oh my God, you're almost below 20. When I was at 37, I'm consistently that, so it's not low. I've never had a doctor say, oh my God, your vitamin D level's too low, we got a supplement, or anything like that. Let's see. Why does anyone talk about how hot Ryan is? Actually, I am hot right now, even though I have my jacket on. It's cool out, but I got pretty hot running. But this is my favorite time of year to start running fast again, because I don't overheat. You guys notice I have clothes on. Usually I'm like covered with sweat and just steaming. But when the temperatures get like this to the mid 60s, I actually can start running quickly again. Because for me, when you run, anyone knows about athletics, there's the evils of like lactic acid buildup, which slows you down. But usually what gets me way before lactic acid buildup is heat. And since I'm so big, 6'5", 183 pounds, I overheat quicker and more intensely than people that are smaller. So yeah, when it gets cold like this, I start taking off. I think the people that just joined the summer is, oh, why is that tall guy running so fast all of a sudden? I thought he wasn't that fast. So anyway, I was going for it today, doing some tempo intervals, trying to get to 7-minute miles again. But it's going to take a while after running like, 8-minute miles for so many months. So enough of me talking about what I just did out here. Hey, you prefer sub-zero temperatures, huh? Cool, Glenn. I'm glad you like my post-run chats. I wasn't sure. Hey, Dominican Republic, right on. I wasn't even sure I was going to do a live stream tonight. I told Angie, I said, I'll probably be back early tonight, because like last week I didn't do one because it was not only cool and dark like this, it was windy. It was like a cool, chilly wind. It felt like December. So I said, I was going to try to do one for my car, but the wind was whipping into there too with the door open, so I just went home last week. So I thought it was going to be like that again tonight, but actually the wind's picking up a little bit right now. It's picking up a little bit, so until I start getting uncomfortably cold, I'm prepared by putting, some clothes on. Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, what's up, Todd? First person from the South to announce they were from the South tonight. Thanks for joining on. What's the temp? When I started the run, it was 65, so it's probably somewhere about that now, 64, 63, but perfect running temperature, actually. Perfect. Actually, for marathons and running really fast, you want it even a little bit lower than that. But what I was getting at is there's a little breeze starting to pick up right now, which is like, wind chill factor. Not that cold, but it's making me feel a little cooler. Which vitamin D B12 supplement do I take? I just wrote it down for someone today. I can never remember. It's like Nature's Gate or Nature's Way or something like that. It's just look up on Amazon. Not that I get any kickback, but it's like a B12 spray, sublingual spray, little tiny jar. You squeeze it, put it in your mouth. Nature's something like that. You'll find it. It's like cherry or fruit flavored or something like that. Do I long distance run? Depends what you consider long distance run. I don't do long runs like I used to. I used to go out every Sunday and do like 10 to 13 mile runs. Now I'm lucky if I get like a 6 or 7 mile run in. I've been working on shorter distances and more interval training. No, I ran half marathons almost weekly for a while. Just on my own, not like in a, maybe it's Nature's Garden. That's it for the B12 stuff. Yeah, I would train with half marathons all the time. I did race one time. I did officially back when I was running a lot. I just wanted to see how I do in a more competitive situation. I think I did it in 1:46, I believe. Yeah, 1:46. That was like basically running low 8-minute miles for 13 miles. Let's see. What else you guys asking here? Oh, thanks, William. Thanks for that. Appreciate that tip there. Super chat fan. Thank you. Is swimming good workout for weight loss? Yeah, it's a whole body workout. Hell yeah, totally. Yeah, it's great. It's a difficult activity. It's a lot of technical stuff in swimming to have just a good efficient stroke. It's just you and all that resistance from the water so to develop a good stroke and push through the water. Yeah, swimming is good, and it's pretty much zero impact too, so you could, if you're really healthy and really fit, you could swim all day. You can't run all day, but you could swim all day basically. So that's kind of cool if you have that kind of time on hand. Most people don't. I sure don't. I was just talking to Angie about that. Like, I have this place where I can stay at, right where the LA Marathon begins at in March, like a mile away. But I'm going, I don't think I have time to like train for a marathon to really do it justice. I mean, I see people run marathons all the time that shouldn't, you know, only running like 10 to 20 miles a week. You got to put in at least 40, 50, something like that. But yeah, it's just a lot of time, and you know, it takes time away from other things in life. Vegan salad dressings. We really don't do much with salad dressings. I just sometimes get a store-bought one, or Angie kind of makes one out of fruit and stuff. I've never ran a marathon officially or in private practice. The longest runs I've ever done is twice. I've done about 18 odd mile runs a couple times. So yeah, I've never gone past 20 miles before. But I tell you, if I were to run a marathon, I'd take it seriously. I respect the distance, I respect the race, and I'd want to train at least 40, 50 miles a week for a month or two, at least 2 months. So again, that takes a lot of time away from being with Angie, being with you guys, making videos, Happy Healthy Vegan, making music, all our activities. So, you know, it's just a trade-off in life. I feel I don't consider myself a runner. Did you guys see my video from like 2-3 weeks ago, how Ryan exercises, how I stay fit as a vegan? And I talked about that, you know, because yesterday I played basketball for 2 hours, and then here I am with my running club today. I was the fastest person on the short loop. We have a 3-mile loop, which is a short loop, and a 5-mile loop, and I ran it the fastest today. So I can, you know, run with good runners the day after playing basketball. Who knows what I'll do tomorrow? Maybe I'll ride a bike, or who knows. So anyway, yeah, I don't consider myself a runner. I just enjoy going out and having fun, you know, outside or sometimes indoors for basketball, and just is being fit. Oh, cool, William. You got it, quick delivery. Yeah, I tried not to make you guys wait too long when you order stuff from like our t-shirts, our Keep It Car Baby book. I get nervous when I see an order sitting around a couple days, so I try my best to get your orders sent out quickly. And I enjoy doing it. I like getting your guys' orders together. It's pleasurable. Why don't we add onions and garlics to food? We've talked about that many times, and to be honest with you, there's many reasons. The number one reason is that I smell bad for 3 days. I smell horrendous, and Angie smells bad too. If one of us goes out with a friend and has a meal and has some garlic and comes back home, we smell it right away. It's not attractive, you know. I mean, that's just my thing. You know, I'm not saying you have to feel the same way. In fact, I don't want you to feel the same way. I want you to feel how you authentically feel. That's our personal preference. I don't like any food or substance that hijacks my natural odor for 48 to 72 hours. Call it a weird preference. I think if a food hijacks my smell, I'm not going to eat it. Like when I eat cherries and bananas and potatoes, they don't hijack my body odor. Let's see. Hello, John Smith. What is up? Yeah, I love cilantro too. I'm with you, Bardius. So that's why I know onions and garlic. You know, that's why. Yeah, Delinda, if you love onions and garlic, yeah, we encourage you. If you like them, and Keep It Car Baby, we don't use them, but we encourage you guys to put them in there. You just, you know, have to use your judgment as to how much to be in there. Yeah, Brittany, for days, literally. At least 2, if not 3 days. You might have to have someone really close to you, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, to be honest with you and tell you. Your average friend probably won't notice, and if they did, they probably wouldn't tell you. But check it out. Ask Delinda, ask a loved one to verify that if it's true or not. Maybe some people are more impervious or protected against the smelling thing that I am. But Angie and I are both different genetics and everything, and we both have the smell thing happen. I don't know anything about Freely's videos, guys, so yeah, I'm the wrong person to ask. I haven't seen a Freely video in God knows how long. But yeah, I mean, when I go to restaurants, yeah, I'll have onions, and I'll try to avoid garlic, but I'm not 100% successful. But yeah, when I go out, I'll pretty much never say hold the onions. It's pretty rare, you know. But garlic, will go out of my way, because that really makes me smell for 3 days. Onions will make me smell for like maybe 3 hours. No, never met Vegan Gain. Seven Face, what are you asking? Are you a lyrical miracle? I have no idea what you're talking about there. What is my ideal post-workout? Earl, easy one, man. When I go home, I'll either have a banana or two. If I'm feeling a little more hungry, I'll maybe make a 4 or 5 banana smoothie. You know, put in some coconut water for some electrolytes and flavor. That's pretty much it. Just some bananas. There's just nothing more attractive to me after a workout than bananas, unless if I go home and Angie has some food ready, like, you know, a meal proper, or I might have a banana and then eat a meal like an hour later or something like that. But yeah, my favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner, oh man, Juan, that's too many questions. But yeah, on bananas, that's what I have almost every morning, a banana smoothie, usually with other fruit, almost always with other fruit. Depends on the time of year. Now I'm putting more strawberries in. Cool, Delinda, there's nothing to fear about bananas, seriously, unless you're like, you know, like some person with extreme kidney problems, and I assume you're not, you know, like hospitalized with kidney problems. You know, I can't imagine how eating bananas is harmful. How often do you hear doctors say, don't eat steak, don't eat dairy, don't eat eggs, those are harmful for you, saturated fat, cholesterol, that's harmful for you. But how can eating 3 bananas put a person in the hospital, but eating 3 eggs a day can put you in the hospital? Did I check out the new Joe Rogan Experience with Chris Kessler? I saw those two guys do a Joe Rogan like a year or 2 ago, and that Chris guy is a piece of work, huh? He thinks he knows better than the vast trove of medical knowledge about saturated fat and cholesterol. He, who has like pretty much no credentials in that area, thinks he understands it better, and that saturated fat and cholesterol are good for you. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Why should we trust him? Yeah, Joe Rogan, screw that guy. You're right, Paul. The guy is he's just a dumbass that thinks he means well, right? Joe Rogan means well. I'm sure he's really passionate about his high meat, anti-vegan, pro-injecting testosterone thing that he's into. I'm sure he loves it, but he just is just extremely objectively misinformed about the true facts that have been presented to him about vegan diets, about plant-based diets. All right, Brittany, well, we eat very similarly then. My diet too has a lot of bananas and potatoes. I didn't call him a dumbass, Gabby, did I? I don't remember calling him a dumbass. I try not to do the name call. I called him Bro Rogan, because he was using bro science. It was very justified in calling him a bro. But yeah, maybe I'll check out the podcast for some kicks, you know, see what Bro Rogan and Chris Kessler are saying about how, you know, plants will kill you, bananas will kill you, sugars will kill you, they'll give you diabetes, they'll give you all this bad crap. But eating tons of meat, that's the way to avoid heart attacks. That's the way to avoid diabetes and strokes. It just flies in the face of all non-industry funded science. In fact, that's one of the videos I'm working on next. Something more I uncovered about the doctors seeming to be always siding with dairy and meat industry funded science. Given the choice of the industry funded science and the non-industry funded science, the pure academic research, they always seem to pick the side of industry funded science. So yeah, Stork, Dr. Stork and them, yeah, I'm noticing a pattern. It's pathetic. Anyway, I know it's pathetic. It just makes you wonder, is it coincidence, or is there something to it, some kind of payola? Vegans can't get enough protein, huh? I wonder what he says to, like, when faced with someone even bigger and stronger than him, like Patrick Baboumian or NFL lineman David Carter. What does he say to them? Like, oh, but you guys are just lucky somehow. You know, that's just baloney. Let's see. Yeah, and the doctors, you got it right, Dylan. They don't let you talk. One reason is because there's like 3 or 4 of them up there, so it's hard. When you're in a group of 3 or 4 people, it's hard to get a word in edgewise. But when you have guests on too, forget about it. So when Angie and I were on, there's 4 of them, 2 of us. I was lucky to get in 8 words before one of those pro-meat people tried to cut us off with how horrible bananas are. Yeah, it's rude. And they're just so conceited. I think they mean well, like Joe Rogan. I think they mean well, but maybe they're not. Maybe there's a reason why they seem to be always siding with industry-funded science. Yeah, they're more actors than doctors. Okay, yeah, the doctors in Loma Linda. For these that don't know where that is, that's where the Seventh-day Adventists are based. They have a university, they have everything out there, and they never recommend high-protein diets. Wow, no surprise there, huh? Why is that? Because plants are naturally not high protein. You're lucky, you're lucky. I want to go out there just to have a doctor. Hey, Toya, what's going on? I didn't say Dr. Dork, I said Stork. Someone else called him Dr. Dork. Who sponsors the Doctor Show? Just watch it, just all the normal BS that, you know, it's on normal TV. Let's see, Lisa, and your dad's friend had a heart attack, and his doctor said, eat meat and dairy, but just cut out the eggs. Really? I mean, eggs have a lot of cholesterol, but so does dairy. I mean, dairy is the #1 source in America in people's diets for saturated fat. Dairy. So how is that helpful if you're trying to, like, you know, not have a second heart attack and stay alive so your friend's dad can still be the, you know, in your friend's life? That's just, you know, makes you just go, God, there's so much science out there. There's so much objective, true fact, yet there's so much noise caused by well-funded misinformation campaigns, as I've talked about a few times in our show, and I'll mention it again when I do this episode about the doctors. It just, you know, it just goes right past people. The noise is so loud that when a lot of people hear the truth, they don't believe it. Thoughts on vegan gains? Did something happen to them? Share with me. I don't know what's going on with vegan gains. Wow, blockage of 90%, and he still wants to keep eating meat? Wow, that's crazy. Do you know anything about starvation mode and how to boost your metabolism afterward? Yeah, that's another video topic I came really close to doing this week. It's a really sensitive one. I don't want to get a bunch of people pissed off at me, but what do you guys think? Hey, Jenny, give me your 2 cents. You guys know I'm definitely not a proponent of intermittent fasting. I like Dr. Garth Davis, who was a champ on the doctors, by the way. Both have pretty much the same identical view that when you get down to it, they're both a form of calorie restriction. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying it in an objective way. Both those diets have their weight loss effects by not eating enough food. So I'm of the opinion you can not have to do all that stuff. Eat a whole food plant-based diet and have natural weight gain over a healthy period of time rather than a bunch of weight loss quickly. And as you're asking, how to boost your metabolism. So anyway, what do you guys think that I should talk about this? Will this be will I get too many people pissed off? Because I know so many people love fasting, and I want to ask someone, like when people ask me on the live streams, like, what do you think of intermittent fasting? I always like to ask back, what do you hope to gain from intermittent fasting? Is there something you think it provides that just eating like, you know, we eat and keep it carb baby does not or cannot provide, or, you know, going on a banana island or something? What is, let's see, what are you guys talking about here? Yeah, fasting can be spiritual for sure, but I'm not talking about spirituality. Very few people say because I want to get closer to God or something like that. You know, I don't think anyone's ever told me that is their reason for why. Yeah, I'm with you, Liam. The answer is always whole foods. What is so unclean about eating whole food plants? You know, I was going to debate with some old vegan friends online about the benefits of a juice fast versus just doing a smoothie fast. I'm going, if you're going to do that kind of stuff, just do smoothies. At least you're getting whole food. The pulp is not evil. They make it say, well, it's so much easier to digest as a juice. The pulp is hard. No, it's not. It's easy to digest. I mean, how hard is it to digest a smoothie? It's already been ground up. It's about one of the easiest foods. Maybe a juice is a little smoother, but not, I mean, a little easier, but not that much. So, I mean, you could totally flush out toxins on a much healthier, high-calorie cleanse doing like bananas. So I don't understand why a juice fast would be superior. It's You know, if you must do some kind of liquid fast, do a smoothie fast. You know, I'd say don't even fast, but if you must, smoothie will cleanse you out just as well, especially banana one. You'll be pooping all week, seriously. Yeah, juicing is wasting half the plant, and that waste is not like bad stuff, it's good stuff. The pulp, there's all the fiber in there, all the nutrients, micronutrients, minerals in there, and you're just throwing it away so you can digest easier. I don't understand. Let's see. Yeah, what about just a fruit fast? That would just be like a raw fruitarian diet, right? You know, I mean, I've done that for a little bit before. I didn't consider it fasting, but it kind of is, because in the sense, it's, as I've talked about before, if you're on a raw fruitarian diet, unless you're a really small, tiny person, it's really, really, really hard to get sufficient calories. So you are kind of always like trying your best, hopefully, unless you're really looking to lose weight. I was not trying to lose weight, I was just trying my best to eat enough calories, and I lost weight, and I didn't want to. And I didn't realize at the time, like, God, I lost like 10 pounds, and I don't look that good anymore. You know, I don't look good. You know, I'm 6'5", 170 pounds. You know, I was not like the best look I've ever had. Yeah, the pulp has all sorts of good stuff. You know, I don't understand why people think the pulp is bad. It's harder to digest with the pulp. No, pulp is easy to digest, especially when it's all ground up, you know, in a smoothie. Yeah, I saw that Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. You know, I think he could have had the same results having a banana smoothie. Seriously. Maybe it would have took him a little bit longer. Who knows? But, you know. Yeah, and fiber helps flush out toxins. Yes, thank you, Boise Triathlete, for sure. All right, sounds like you guys wouldn't be too pissed off if I make a video about why I don't intermittent fast or juice fast. You know, I'm not going to say I'm a doctor and listen to me because I have all the answers, the secrets of the nutritional world. I'm not going to pretend I'm David Wolf or even DR or something like that. I'm just going to tell you what I do in my practices, you know, what's worked out for me. And pretty much that's what our show is. I just share with you guys what I know. I don't, you know, pretend to know everything. So when you guys ask me a question and I don't know, I'm honest with you. Like, what do you think? Someone asks what I think of freely blocking comments. I have no idea. I cannot comment on that. All right, Lisa Ann, I will make a video on intermittent fasting. Thoughts on 80-10-10? Yeah, we did that a little bit. I mean, I like that macronutrient ratio. That's fine. What about Dave Asprey? Is he like that too, Laura? Just shares his experience and doesn't even try to pretend to be a nutritional authority or anything like that, because, you know, I don't have any credentials saying such. But yeah, 80-10-10 is a great macronutrient ratio. Anything close to that, you know, 70, 15, 15, anything like that. 80-10-10 as described by Doug Graham as a purely 100% raw fruitarian diet. No, I'm not into that, as I just talked about. You know, it's too hard to get calories. It's too hard to have ripe fruit for 3 or 4 times a day, every day of the week, every day of the year. It's nice to be able to have some stuff that, you know, that you can just go and grab, like rice or potatoes, you know, that's not about to spoil. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. 80-10-10, it's a book by Doug Graham about raw fruitarian diets or something like that, you know. So that's what that is, but it's also a macronutrient ratio that naturally happens if you eat a whole food plant-based diet. Assuming you're not eating a bunch of avocados and durian and nuts and seeds. Yeah, it's basically 80% of your calories come from carbs and 10% from fats and 10% from proteins. It's where your calories are coming from. So yeah, it's basically just that 80-10-10 ratio describes a high carb diet, basically, hopefully a plant-based diet. Can veganism cause a change in body odor? Yeah, big time, man. I have some friends around here who've been following this like low-carb keto diet for years, and when they come in the room, you smell them, man. They are smelly mofos, and it's not just me. They just went to this new yoga studio that's pretty much ran by women, for women, and they went in there, and she said they stunk it up. It was smelly for days, you know. So yeah, being vegan, that's not gonna happen. So hopefully you don't know who I'm talking about if any of you guys are watching from Long Beach. Ketogenic diet. It's a low carb, high fat, high protein diet that typically involves not only restricting carbs, but calorie restriction. Why do they smell? It's because of the, gosh, I knew this really well a long time ago. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It's some kind of, the proteins are fermenting in them. It's what happens when your body's not processing sugars, into glycogen anymore. Your body's instead trying to process fat into glycogen. So yeah, there's some nasty byproducts from that reaction. Is it sulfur? Yeah, there's some nasty acidic byproducts of that reaction. So yeah, keto people often smell really, really bad. So another reason not to be on keto is that you don't want to smell like keto. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, they totally eat meat. They think meat's awesome. They love meat, They think it's great. They don't give I almost said the F word there about animals getting killed, They might think it's cool if the animal is treated nice and you kill it, but yeah, they don't care. They don't give a crap about animals. They don't give a crap about how animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gas, for more Amazon rainforest destruction than anything in the planet. They don't care. It's selfish. I'm just gonna come out and say it. It's selfish. Anyway, you see, I'm kind of passionate about that. I'm really not into ketosis. So I missed some of your guys' comments there. Yeah, keto stinks. And it gives them really bad breath too. If you notice that, and you have any keto friends, not only are their bodies really stinky, their breath is like the worst bad breath you can imagine. I could see Joe Rogan capturing this and responding to my video. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Keto people smell great. Vegans are stinky from all that fruit and potatoes. Baloney. Anyway. Hey, Antonio from New York City. Wow, it's getting late out there. Thanks for enjoying our show. How can you conserve water when bathing? Well, baths versus showers, it really depends. Like, some say showers are more water efficient. It depends how much water comes out, how long you're bathing or showering for, how long, how much water is coming out. So cool. I'm glad you joined, Antonio. Cool. What are you guys talking about here? How does nuts and seeds affect your 80-10-10 macronutrient ratio? That's the thing. A lot of people on 80-10-10 are kind of paranoid about getting too much fat. Don't worry about it. If you're doing 80-10-10 like Doug Graham said, I'm not saying to, but if you are, you're really kind of doing more like 95-5, because most fruits have about 5% calories from fat and protein. So eat some nuts and seeds, and even if you're eating like us. So nuts and seeds, there's never been any studies that show eating nuts and seeds will kill you. In fact, those are often correlated with longevity and just, non-mortality. So, Liam, do I like running at night or day more? That's a great question. I'll try to be brief with that. In the summertime, I like to run at dusk or the evening for the temperature. That's when it's coolest. In the wintertime, I love running at high noon because I know I'm not going to get sunburnt. I'm absorbing all that vitamin D at a time of year when it's hard to get it. Even though it's nighttime now, but that's just simply when our running club meets at. So yeah, it all depends on the time of the year, how intense the sun's rays are, and temperature. Yeah, if Joe Rogan did try vegan, he actually might not be such a, yeah, what you said there, Lisa. I don't want to call him any names besides bro. What would be your lowest temperature limit for running? There is none. I mean, as long as it ain't windy, I don't mind cold temperature, as long as it's not like a wind chill factor. If it's like, 59 and not windy, I'll go out. I mean, it could be warm in in the low 50s if it's humid out. So yeah, I don't know how taurine has gotten, Taylor, if it's always non-vegan or not. I don't know. Do I run in the rain? Well, if it's raining, I wimp out, but I've been caught out in the rain several times, and it's, as long as it ain't pouring, it's actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of fun. I like the smell and the feel of it all, because I'm sweaty anyway when I'm running, so get a little more wet, no big deal. Hey Liam, are you forgive me, did you email me about your podcast? Is that you? Because I've been so busy and just horrible about things like that. So if that's you there, I let me know what's up. Seriously, I've just been juggling a lot of different things lately. Thanks there, Phantom's Paradox. Thank you. Let's see. I don't want to talk about cats and vegan diets because I barely understand human diets. So I don't want to give you any advice where, you know, oh, here's what Happy Healthy Vegan's doing, and I kill your cat. So don't do that. But I know, look up, okay, Liam, yeah, check out everyone. If you're interested about vegan cat issues, look up an article in Good Magazine. Just type in like Good Magazine, vegan cat. They had some kind of like cat nutritionist write a really good article there. She talked about how some cats can go vegan easily, others it's more of an issue. That's why I don't want to tell you what to do. But I know that every cat I've tried to feed this vegan kibble to, it's called Ami. It's from an Italian company. It's kind of hard to find. You can get it on Amazon for a really expensive price. I try to get it locally at Vegan Dogs and Cats here in Huntington Beach. Anyway, everyone loves that. Possums love it. The outdoor stray cats love it. So Liam, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I apologize deeply for not having gotten back to you. We just had SoCal Veg Fest, and we had a lot of prep to get ready for that, and then just kind of a lot of stuff to do after that. I've been making some really intense videos lately, like with the doctors and stuff. So I'm sorry about that, Liam. So should I contact you like maybe tomorrow and see what's up and kind of touch base with you and see what's going on? Hope it hasn't all passed yet. Race Lever, who thinks vegans have cholesterol deficiency? Please tell me that, Race Lever. Who thinks vegans have cholesterol deficiency? Because that's just plain stupid, because the human body produces cholesterol and it's on its own. It's not an essential nutrient like some of these low carbers unscientifically believe. In fact, my cholesterol is the proof. You guys saw my blood test up there. My cholesterol was 190, you know. So why? Probably because I had Ben and Jerry's like 4 days before, which is full of coconut and saturated fat. So who the hell's Milk Jar? And how, does he have any data on that? He can think that. I could think that goblins are going to come down from planet Zebok and give me 1 billion bitcoins. It could happen, right? I have no proof. Does he have any proof about that? Who is Milk Jar and where does he get his data from? Don't ask. Is he just a moron? It sounds like it, because anyone that says something like that is speaking out of their butt, because there's no data to support that. And I just can feed you some, you know, vegan ice cream for a few days and raise your cholesterol. So it's a stupid thing to say. I assume, let's see. I'll give the goblins your number for sure. What is the Dr. Sebi diet? I've never heard of that. A zillion Bitcoin. Did I say a zillion? Yeah, the alien goblins couldn't do that, right? Because there is no quantity really known as zillion. Did I get vaccinated? I know when I was a kid I got some weird shots. There's still a little round circle mark on my upper arm. I'd show it to you, but it's covered up right now. Look up Vegan Gains versus Milk Jar. Oh, he's just one of those dumb douches that Vegan Gains debates and makes a mockery of. No, if Vegan Gains handled him, you don't need my commentary. Tony says the biggest morons are the doctors, the show, and Pastor Anderson. You had to make those videos right before and after VegFest. I was a busy man that week. Raw cow brains? Someone really eats raw cow brains? Really? Really? Wow. God, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Jesus. What do I think of Vegetable Police? Is that a YouTube channel? I know the name. I can't recall the show or face with it. I know there's so many channels out there now, guys. Yeah, we had a great time at VegFest. Angie just put out a video today, if you haven't seen it, just covering what we did at VegFest. We met so many cool people. There's so much vendors there. You know, you have some of these vegan drama channels, and I'm not going to say, I'm not going to point anyone's names out, but there's a couple vegan drama people. Some are in their age 20s, some are around 40 years of age. They're saying the vegan scene is dying, vegan's not what it used to be. Well, these people, I don't ever see them going to like vegan festivals. Veganism is huge. I mean, if you compare SoCal Veg Fest of the past 3 years, it just keeps growing and growing. There's more vendors, there's more people. They even charged admission this year, and it was bigger and better than last year. So veganism is kicking ass. So yeah, check out our video about SoCal Veg Fest. Angie and I were on a panel. We met a lot of cool people. I took a lot of selfies with you guys. So anyway, hey Shawnee, what's your question there? Any experience on alcohol? I used to be so unhealthy and now I'm on Whole Foods, but I can't stop drinking. Let's see. I would just, I actually have had more alcohol this year than I have in the past like several years, meaning I've had maybe alcohol, small quantities, like, you know, a glass of wine, like maybe 5 times, maybe something like that, you know, which averages out to like once every like 2.5 months or something like that. I would say put yourself on a challenge. I think it's like there's a physical addiction part to alcohol. That's well known. That's why, you know, it's hard to quit. There's withdrawal symptoms. Hopefully you're not at that point, you know. But there is the physical dependency and the psychological dependency, which you could get with anything. And I speak from experience here. I used to drink a lot more in my 20s and early 30s, so I know what I'm talking about, you know. So anyway, I would just go on a challenge. Check it out. Just see if you can go like, you know, 2 weeks of no alcohol, and try not to think, try not to think that you're not doing it. Just get focused on something else in life for those few weeks, so you're not thinking about alcohol all the time. Usually it takes about 2 weeks to break cravings, and 2 weeks should be more than enough to overcome a physical dependency. Just psychological dependency or addiction that might still linger after that, but give that a shot. I used to be 100% against doing booze when I was, you know, early in my vegan career, not career, but life. It is a career, I guess, doing YouTube, but I use career loosely. I'll say my running career, my basketball career, I just use that term all the time. Anyway, I'm a little more laid back because I know I don't drink huge quantities. Like 1 glass of wine on like a wedding anniversary, you know, is fine, you know. I mean, you know, why not? What's my opinion on psychedelics? I've had, in the past, positive experiences with the magic mushrooms, you know, so it's not something I'm into now, really, but yeah, I've had positive things, really opening my mind up to thoughts and pathways and dimensions of experience I never thought were possible, and I found them all very positive. So I have nothing bad to say about them, and they're not addicting. You know, that's what's cool about them. You can't get addicted to them. There's just no physical dependence or anything like that. They're not drugs. Let's see. Why are people saying my vitamin D levels are on the low side? They're well within range. In fact, if you read Dr. McDougall, his ideas, his thoughts on vitamin D, he thinks the standard's too high. He thinks a reading as low as 20 should still be considered within range. So by his standard, my 37 is fine. I get plenty of vitamin D. No doctor has ever said, oh my God, Ryan, we got to worry about that vitamin D. We got to do some more tests. You're vitamin D deficient. So it's funny how so many people think they know better than my doctors, you know. The doctor said he looks at people holistically. He looks at their how healthy they look, what they're eating, all their blood lab results, their height, their weight, their blood pressure, heart rate, everything. They put it all together and they say I'm fine, I'm kicking butt. And he can't say that about most of the people that comes through his office, especially ones that are 50 years old like me. So anyway, vegan company I'd invest in on the stock market. I'm looking. Do you have any good ones for me? My blood pressure was fine. I think it was, I wrote it down. I want to say 110/70, I think is what I jotted down. I think that's it. Let's see. Speaking of vegan companies I want to invest in, I just briefly spoke with Josh Tetrick, you know, the CEO of Hampton Creek, you know, Beyond, the Just Mayo, stuff like that. I'm trying to schedule an interview with him, but unfortunately he just took off to Asia for like a week or two. So I'm going to do an interview with him because there's this misinformation I saw on the PETA website that asserted that Hampton Creek is doing animal testing. So I wrote him a letter. I say I'm a big supporter. I have his email address. I wrote him. I said I support your company. Angie and I have done multiple videos about you guys in a positive light. I love how they're disrupting the egg industry and all that. But I said it's hard for me to support you. I can't support you if you're doing this animal testing. And he wrote me back. He said that's just a bunch of BS misinformation. I said, cool. Well, not cool, but let's talk about this. I want to do an interview with him. And I only had 2 days before he went to Asia and it didn't work out. So anyway, that's something I want to do. I want to have Josh Tetrick, the CEO of Hampton Creek, come on the show via phone. I don't know if we'll do it. I'll film me, but I'll have him over the phone and we'll ask them how this crazy information got out there, the incorrect misinformation. And it's on PETA's website. I've been supporting or defending PETA, and now I'm kind of wondering if I was mistaken, because they put that crap out there that Hampton Creek is testing on animals, when he, as like a vegan longer than I am, is not testing on animals. Yeah, they got their stuff removed from Target, so I got to ask them about that. I think they're the victims of some kind of misinformation campaign, and also some kind of just coordinated industry from coordinated attack by some industry, the meat, egg industry. Someone is, yeah, where did PETA get that info from? I saw it on the domain was support.peta.org or something like that. I saw it on their site. I'm not dissing them. This is a true fact. They were calling out Impossible Foods, you know, the Impossible Burger. Rightly so. That is a true fact. The CEO has fessed up to that. He said he did it in the most minimal way, so they'll never have to do it again. But Josh Chetrick, Hampton Creek, said no way. They never have done animal testing, and there's no need to, and that's just an attack. So I'm going to blow that story wide open, and that's that. Oh, my skin is good, Synergy. That I'm 50. 50. I just turned 50 a couple months ago. Yeah, it's totally easy to believe that someone in the established industries is attacking a disruptor like Hampton Creek. That's what you do in business, right? You try to leverage them out of business somehow. And leverage meaning they're going to try to put misinformation out there. All right, Liam, I'll talk to you soon, man. Again, I apologize. It's been a weirder couple weeks. It's going to be a weird month, but I'll find time for you for sure. I want to help support what you're doing there. Sounds really cool. Anyway, I should probably go, guys. I told Angie I'd be home before 8. I'll help you out, Live Truth. I'm gonna let you go watch our SoCal Veg Fest. It's kind of long, but you can see the whole thing, what's going on. You can see my point there is vegan is not dead. Vegan is growing. Vegan has won. It's just a question of hopefully it'll keep winning. It is every RC getting bigger. More people are into it. You know, movies like What the Health are happening, getting people turned on, and our YouTube channels are help spreading information out there too. So at 10 minutes, I got 10 minutes to get home, and it's about a 12-minute drive, so I should get splitting, guys. So anyway, I'm glad I was able to hop on tonight. The wind never really kicked up that badly like last Wednesday. So anyway, as long as the weather's good, I'll be here again next Wednesday at my normal time, roughly about 7:15 Pacific time. Same time, you know, even though we have fallen back here in California, 7:15 Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, I think that's all I need to share with you. And thanks. And yeah, again, you guys are cool. Once again, you guys have made my mood better than it was before. Before, you know, earlier today, I feel much chiller and happier talking with you guys. It's weird, huh? Talking into a phone at all you people and conversing with you guys virtually makes me happy. So anyway, guys, I'll see you guys later, and maybe I'll try to get another live stream before Wednesday. So look for those notifications there on YouTube. All right. Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks, everyone. Peace out, guys.